we live. First and foremost, as usual, giving all of the praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah.
And double honors to the elder apostles of the truth, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai, and Yahweh Yahushai got the thumb, and I'm not going to forget, including the elder bishop going down and told us his truth. Right? Now I will sing overall to the elect, to the 144,000, the Yahweh Yahushai got the thumb, and the 1/3 as well. So now let's get started with the article. Now it's the same sort of, that's being spoken about. So I want to get into that in regards to the article. All women, you got it on deck, brother.
And just slowly up now. The internet seems to be slow, just slowly on the page.
That's all right.
Right, this is an article from the People's Voice. It says Biden authorizes UN to use lethal force against US election deniers on American soil. This was published yesterday on the 18th of October. It says, in a desperate effort to cling to power, the Democrats are quietly advancing a series of last-minute bills, agreements and executive orders aimed at destabilizing the nation from within, inciting mass violence on the streets, granting the military the authority to use lethal force against Americans on domestic soil, obstructing Donald Trump's rightful return to the White House.
Yeah, and just to remind you as well, under that law, I think it's 5.20 or something to that equivalent. They can actually use lethal force in a way of basically putting you to death. So in this case now, as this article is going to get into, right? Like we spoke about before, in regards to that law and everything. But in this case, they tried to get people to vote for Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris, as they would say, right? Because a lot of people ain't going, And one thing about, just to show and talk about her, she's actually one of those members of the World Economic Forum, which even including DJ Trump, they're all a part of that construct. It's the World Economic Forum controls the world, basically, right? Major countries around the world, I would say, specifically. And but what she's gonna do is she's gonna basically be, probably potentially, if she gets in there, right? She's gonna pretty much, do exactly what she's told without even thinking about what she's doing. And that's just to basically bring more confusion. But they're gonna but this case could be bringing forth confusion anyway, because a lot of people are voting for DJ Trump, and a lot of people are against Kamala Harris, and so to speak. So if she happens to win, just out of nowhere, come on, you're gonna have a civil war out of that. And it's not even really a black and white thing. It's just more of a citizen situation. Citizen issue. Because the citizens of America have already voted. They've already declared that they're on the side of Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, but either and or, if DJ Trump gets in there, it's just going to be chaotic, and it's going to end chaotic somehow, somewhere. Go on, my brother.
This is 2nd Ezra 13 and 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Yeah, and you're gonna have them. You're gonna have these various parties that are gonna come together among the people and clash. Now, as always in the Western world, throughout the 1700s, the 1800s, all of that, we've always had a thing such as revolts. The people didn't get their way. Whenever people don't get their way, they express it, they take it to the streets, they march, they do what they gotta do, all right, to get her. So in this case, they're concocting the same thing, and they're doing all of this by purpose, because the greatest model to the highest degree of the brotherhood on the left-hand side is autograph paper, all right? So that's basically the goal. It's to cause that chaos. It's to cause that pretty much that confusion that they want to cause, so that they can bring their new world order system, as I always talk about, because that's basically the agenda.
Teacher?
You know, go on, brother.
Second Ezra 15 and 14 says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and with sword in their hands. Last one. For there shall be seditions among men.
And there shall be seditions among men. So you're going to have those clashes. And remember this as well, as we always talk about, is that the left-hand side of the Lord is going to be pretty much in effect. And Esau is going to get everything done, everything's going to work out for them up to the point of initiating that part. All right? And just like Apostle Hall mentioned as well, he mentioned that basically, as what we're all doing, you know, we're all paying digitally. All right? And as well as we're using the biometric system. You got to swipe your card and everything, you know, just to get by, right? Get on the bus, you know, buy your goods from the stores. We're already being influenced to use this technology. So it's already hit. And plus, you got to take into account that the government is years ahead of the population. So if we're using this technology now, then they already got everything prepared for us. All they need is a scenario to be had so that they can pretty much swiftly or fastly, use that term instead, fastly get us towards that point where it's going to be made mandatory for us to take that up. All right? And it could be, you know, probably this year or next year, possibly. Or 2 years. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But we're hoping that it's sooner than possible. Go on, my brother.
Just to finish off,
finish that.
Second Ezra 15 and 16 says, for there shall be seditions among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, and that goes until we read it. And that's why they're bringing about this law, the DOD. I think it's what, 5.20 point something, right? Let me see if I can research it so I can be more precise. Just bear with us for 1 minute. And if you can't bear with us in this league. Anyway, let me see if I can find that. That Lord, I can easily find it. Yes, it's what is it? 524.0.01. That's it right there. Yeah, that's why they passed this, because they know that the time is going to come that they're going to have to use legal force, because you're going to have large groups of people that are going to be resistant against their government. That goes into scripture. So while that's written, we're reading what's written, right? And so that eventually, as the prophets do, they prophesy, right? And these things come to pass. And this is one of those things. So when you have people rising up against their own government and rising against one another, now you don't have anything. You have no governance. When there's no governance, then there's a demolition of society. Read it again, Baba Kusham.
To me, yeah?
Yeah.
So back to 2 Ezra 15, 16 again. For there shall be seditions among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the cause of their action shall stand in their power.
Yeah, and the causes of their action shall stand in their power. So there's not going to be no morals for the people that won't. All you're going to have is demoralization, which will lead to demolition of society, destruction. And the nukes haven't even dropped. So this is what the Lord is preparing us for, man. Because this is coming. You know, when we all came into the truth, we read the scriptures and we understood what the word of the Lord is in the scriptures, right? To prepare for that time to come, right? All right? So when it does come, you don't get caught off guard. You're going.
The book of Isaiah 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses.
Yeah, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to be looking for some kind of security from their government, but their government have already planned the confusion that they planned. So listen, you ain't going to get security. Security is going to come from the power of the Heavenly Father. It's only begotten Son. Hence is why we have the knowledge of Him. And you know, which is also an integral part of the knowledge that we have is we have His name. Somebody get Job 18. Give me Job 18 and what is it? Not Job 18. Proverbs 18 and verse 10. Yeah. That's the security of man. The security of man is going to be the Lord Himself, not this society. How can the society secure you when it's being demolished? Go on, brother.
This is Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Yeah, and it's safe. So we're going to be in safety. So now let's go and read what you just had, brother.
Right. Back in Isaiah 31 verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots.
Right.
Because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
And you know what? You got a lot of Americans that still believe in the political system, and they're hoping that if DJ Trump gets in there, because a lot of remember when he was in office, the good old times was about. So they want to get back to that. DJ Trump, but DJ Trump, just like the rest of these politicians, they brought and paid for it. And they're there to serve a purpose, and the purpose ain't to make your lives better, but to make your lives even worse, according to the agenda of the higher ups. All right, that's the ultimate thing of the matter that a lot of people don't know. So when you believe in this political system, in a way, people are seeking for help out of trouble that they're in right now. So how much more when society gets rocked bottom? They're going to be going towards these agencies of the system to try to seek help, but they ain't going to come. All right? The real help is going to be with the elect, because they're under the law themselves. And what most people ain't going to realize until later comes around is that the Lord set up all of the evils to happen by using the powers that be on the left-hand side. Go on, my brother.
This is Isaiah 19, verse 2 to 3. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers.
And that's what people are doing right now. You know how many people that's been sent into social witchcraft, especially the younger Generation Z's. They're into that witchcraft, man. Yeah, especially the Edomites. But you also got our people that's been sent to that. And shit ain't even happening. Alright, so how much more when that time comes again? You see, when all hell breaks loose. And everything's going to be solidified once in that time. Is what they believe in, you know, that left-hand side shit, is that going to deliver them? Well, we don't see. Go on, my brother.
This is 2nd Esdras 5:1. Nevertheless, as come in the tokens, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right, and that's what's getting ready to come to pass. Because there's a lot of people that don't know the truth. And so therefore they consent. Now a lot of people have left the Christian churches and all that, right? Because the churches haven't given them the proper answers. So they consent to other things, like witchcraft. And so they believe on this witchcraft stuff, not realizing that that's not going to lead to no good. And when the time comes again, that's not going to protect them. So in the time to come, the land is going to be barren of faith. Now the focus is on America, because that's going to be the place where you're going to have this destruction, the greatest destruction, which will take place, and as well as the greatest Olympics. So really, all eyes are on America right now. But the stuff that will take place in America too is going to happen worldwide, because Jacob's trouble is going to take place worldwide, and as well as you have Israel scattered abroad. But again, the focus is on America. So read it again, Baba Bishop.
Right. 2nd Esdras 5:1. Nevertheless, as come in the tokens, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right, and the land shall be barren of faith. Go on.
But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
And it reads that iniquity shall abound much more as it increases. And this is the reason why the Lord is going to allow the second step to come into effect. Because the first step came because of the same reason. When you read the book of Genesis, it tells you that wickedness waxed great on the earth. So what put a stop to it? The flood. What's what's gonna put us out to this current wickedness? The flood of fire. Go on, bro.
Verse 3, last verse. And the land that thou seest now to have fruit, shall thou see wasted suddenly.
Right, so the land which thou have fruit, shall you see wasted suddenly. Now, what is the suddenly part talking about? It says, the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Right? And in the midst of the day of the Lord, there's going to be burning. So there you go. Yes, so go back to what you have up the shop. We're going to finish that off. We're going to back up a little bit. Yeah.
So this is 19, verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
And that's the point. I will destroy the counsel thereof. The counsel of the people, the higher ups, they have purposes and plans and ideas, which will be disowned. As it is written, there be many devices in a man's heart, but the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. So the counsel of the Lord is going to pretty much go against their counsel and what they got in preparation in mind. And their whole entire shit is going to get shut down. Right? And as the closer they get to formulating the new world order system, is the more difficult it's getting. That's why you can see the stress on their face when they're talking about whatever the hell they're talking about. Go on, bro. There's some more.
I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Yeah, and that's not going to work because the Lord works on the left-hand side. He works on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side.
Hold up. The scriptures say how Job 12 and 16, with him is strength and wisdom, the deceived and the deceiver are his.
And the reason why that's the case is, again, he's the father of spirits. So if you're deceived and believing in that magic, that witchcraft that's going to deliver you, you're deceived, bro. Okay? And those demons that you're consenting onto, again, work for the Most High.
Yeah.
Every aura, every spirit that the Most High's made is under his control. Right. So you can't use the left-hand side energies to go against the will of the Lord. Come on, man. Nothing to go against the will of the Lord. That's in Romans 9. Nobody in no spirit is going to resist the will of the Lord. The greatest spirit. Absolutely. Go on, my brother. We have done something.
Yeah, Proverbs chapters 10 and 29. The way of Yahweh is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, and that's why this destruction is coming primarily. This destruction is coming to destroy the wicked. That's what all of this is for. So we as the righteous, the hopeful elect, and we say that humbly, right, until the time permits, right? If we hold on daily onto the righteousness of the Lord, we won't get consumed into it. So let's read that again, Baba Shah.
Take it from Proverbs chapter 10 and 29 again. The way.
Oh. Yeah, let him sit down. Come get it. Yeah, shut the lives off. We'll be right back.
Just get the chair. Yeah, let them sit down for this.